The Imitation Game. Awarded the Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay, and most definitely a good movie. But it has some glaring flaws. Hey, Cypher here. So for those who have seen the show before, you probably know I am fairly critical of what Hollywood calls based on a true story. I've even made a few episodes on such things, including my first 2, but today I thought I'd make a series out of it, beginning with The Imitation Game, and some of the problems it has with historical accuracy. I can't hit everything, so I'll just hit the most important stuff. And there is no restraint on spoilers on this, so you should watch the movie first. It is a good movie. But after you've seen it, you really should come back here and watch this because there are some pretty bad problems with it. You've been warned.
The film depicts Turing's love of a boy in boarding school as mutual, where in all likelihood, it wasn't. We don't know for sure, but that is a huge leap when no one has ever expressed it. The whole scenario with Joan Clarke is just flat out wrong. They had met before the war in Cambridge, and she was already working at Bletchley before Turing started there. She was not discovered by Turing and secretly brought to the project. Instead, Clarke was sent to the project when her supervisor discovered her math skills. It was after that their relationship ever came to be. And their relationship was never as strong as depicted. And the day after he proposed to her, he told her of his homosexuality. Their relationship's breakup of sorts is not depicted correctly either. They grew apart after the revelation, not due to any outside circumstances. Turing did not solely write to Churchill. Those letters are a matter of public record now, and they are signed by a few other people on the team. The machine that is named Christopher in the movie was actually named Bomba, like the song. Turing did not push its creation against the will of his team either. Instead, the machine was based on the design of a Polish one from a few years prior, and it was a group effort. Turing's brilliance was not the design, but the modification for beating the Enigma machine. The decision to withhold information was never rested upon the Hut 8 team. Their superiors were in charge of that. Furthermore, the whole brother dying thing is just grossly false. That didn't happen in the least, and Peter Hilton did not even begin working with Turing until after the machine had broken Enigma. John Cairncross, the Soviet spy, did work at Bletchley Park, but not with Turing. They had no contact whatsoever, and the interplay between them is altogether fabricated. Turing did write Clarke letters and even tried to rekindle the relationship at one point during the war, but she never visited him again. On these historical discrepancies, one of the writers by the name of Graham Moore said,
Yeah, I think that when you use the language of fact-checking to talk about a film, I think you're sort of fundamentally misunderstanding how art works. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't fact-check Monet's water lilies, right?
Look, this guy doesn't seem to really understand what Impressionism is, which is what Monet's water lilies are part of. It's about giving the impression of what it feels like. And that is very much about accuracy. You are trying to be accurate as to what they feel like. Also, Monet was probably going blind at this point, and so that might also have been how he saw them. Furthermore, we most definitely look at scenarios and portraits that are painted with the fact-checking language that he talks about. I mean, of course, we want historical accuracy when we're looking at something that's supposed to be historically accurate. That's what paintings are when you're depicting a battle or depicting somebody's face. You don't want a cubist painting in a portrait. And then there's the even worse thing, and the frankly foolish thing, about saying this when you're depicting real people, and knowingly fabricating falsehoods is definitely not warranted in art, at least in name. These are people, not abstract objects for your own musings. I actually like this movie a lot, but Hollywood always has a way of just ruining everything. If it weren't for Moore's justification, I would be fine with this. This would just be another example of really piss-poor research on Hollywood's part. But instead, this shows intentional defamation. And that's just ignorance. So, good job on that. So anyways, that was the first movie-specific episode. Tell me what you thought, and maybe what other movies you'd like to see in the future. I'm thinking The Last Samurai. I've even got a book on it over there. So, maybe that one next time? I don't know. What do you guys think? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.